My name is Karonda Fleming. I am a graduate of St. Augustine's at the time college, now university. I graduated in 2004 with a biology degree. Currently I work at a pharmaceutical company in the quality assurance department, but I also own my own business. So you guys are juniors, sophomores, seniors, and so once you graduate, yes, you could potentially, of course, get a job, but you want to still have something in behind that could help you. So what we're going to talk about today is profitable passions, presenting budgets to the college students, getting you in the mindset that, you know, yes, I'm in school right now, but I can prepare myself so that when I graduate, I can be financially savvy, I can be smart about my money, so that if and when I do win a lottery or get some sort of money in my hands, I won't just spend it frivolously and waste my money.
Come on in.
Come on in, come on in. You're just in time, come on.
Oh my goodness.
Come on in.
Oh my goodness.
So does everybody have a cell phone? Pull out your cell phone. Pull out your cell phone. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see the cell phone. I want to see the cell phone. Anything that I say today, I want you to do a hashtag profitable passions. I'm going to give you guys some huge nuggets on budgeting. So you can tag profitable passions if you want to repeat something that I say. If you're doing it on Twitter, of course, you can then go back to that hashtag and just revisit the notes. If you don't have pen and paper, you can easily go back through that profitable passions. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I am Reap, Grow, Prosper. You can find me as well on Twitter, Show You Success. All right, so we're about to get started. Is everybody ready to learn about finances?
Yes.
I don't think everybody's excited. Are you ready to learn about budgeting? All right, awesome. Again, I'm going to present to you budgeting while in college. So this is major for you.
Darnella. You ain't telling us you supported me.
That's you? But seriously, we're talking about budgeting. You know, who is this for? Yes, today we are all, college students here. But this is even for the professors. Professors could have come to this because they're making an income. They need to know how to, budget their finances and things like that. So who is this for? This is for everyone. Everyone that, number one, lives, everyone that is going to have a payment on a car, they have credit card payments, anything that you have cash changing hands and things like that. So yes, this is for you. So are you ready to budget? You see, budgeting is not just, I have money and I'll have more money than you. It's more so how much money you have coming in and what you're doing as far as what's going out. So your budget is pretty much your assets and your liabilities. It's how you spend. So it doesn't matter if you make $25,000 a year or $125,000 a year. It's what you're doing as far as what you're spending, your things. You could be a person that you want to try to keep up with the Joneses, right? How many of y'all know some people that try to keep up with the Joneses? Well, they just got a nice BMW, so I think I'm gonna go out and buy me a nice BMW, get some rims. No, if that's not within your means, don't do it. Get a nice small car, Mazda 3, and drive that until you can get to a point where you can afford something bigger. So we're talking about, what type of student are you? Are you the type that you focus on your studies, you're studying each night for upcoming tests and things like that? Are you the organized student that you're striving to get all A's on your report card, on your grades at the end of the semester? Or are you the disorganized, the frustrated, the stressed? I'm going to wait to the last minute to do this 20-page term paper, and then you find out you have a bad grade because you didn't give your all into what it is that you're working on. You see, all of those things go back to budgeting, because if you're not careful on how you're spending and managing your money, it's going to trickle into other things that you're doing. So yes, you're in school, so you want to be organized in school. Learn from your teachers. If you're not sure about something, ask for a tutor, so that you're aligned with your studies. That's going to help you as far as your finances as well. So how many of you all are the A+ student? I'm going to go back.
Can I be in the middle?
You got to be A or B. You can't. It's
I'm
one
in the middle though.
I
don't wait till the last minute, but I'll wait probably a week before.
But let me say this: if you feel that you're in the middle, then look at the things that you could potentially work on, so that you can now improve on that. Look at your weaknesses, so that you can improve that, and then you will be that A+ student, right? Any other comments? No? But yeah, if you feel that you're in the middle, then look at the things that you're doing, all right, and then focus on the things that you're weak on. So if it's time management, work on setting up a daily schedule so that every minute of your day is focused on something that's going to help promote you. If it's in school, if it's in maybe your extracurricular activities, you know, anything that you're doing, you want to be focused so that you might have 10 things to do in a particular day. If you say in the morning, yeah, I know I have to do this, 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 and this, but if you don't write it down on paper, it's not going to get done. Trust me, it's not going to get done. All right, so we don't want to be that frustrated, disorganized student. You want to be organized. You want to structure your whole day, your whole week, your whole month, so that, you know, at the end of the day, you can say, oh, wow, I checked off everything on my list. I got it done. Right. You're going to go to bed. You're going to be less stressed, and you're going to be able to focus on the things that are important. That's going to give you time to work on your budget, right? So what is a budget? A budget is simply the means of what you do with your funds. So if you have a job, you're making X amount of money, right? You may have some bills. You may have different things that you want to go out and purchase. You know, Thursday nights, they usually go out partying, right? So, you know, you might want to go out and get a nice outfit. But what if you can kind of coordinate the attire that you already have and just maybe purchase a nice scarf or something to accessorize what you already have? No need to go and spend $50 to $100 on something new just because it's a party that night. You know, use what you already have, just kind of change it up a little bit. And you can save money, still look fly, and have fun as well. So it's all about budgeting, managing your finances. Again, it doesn't matter if you're making more money than someone else. It's all about what you have coming in and what you're spending things on in return. So are you ready to find out the budgeting secrets?
Yes.
I'm talking about the secrets that nobody else knows about.
I'm ready.
All right, so remember, hashtag profitable passions. All right? Profitable passions. So I'm going to give you guys 7 steps to a successful budget in college. 7 steps to a successful budget. Because you can have a budget that is unsuccessful. I don't know if any of you are in different organizations such as SGA. You have to have a budget. Maybe you are only given $500 per semester that you can spend on different activities, things like that. You cannot go outside of that $500. So you have to use what you have and make it stretch. So we're going to talk about the 7 secrets and the steps to ensure that you have a successful budget in college. All right? Step 1, you want to track your monthly spending. You know, I say monthly spending, that means every little thing that you do. So yeah, you might want to skip the calf and run down to Bojangles or to the cookout, right? That stuff adds up. If you do $5.35, if you do $5.35 every day, that multiply that by 5 times a week, and then it just that's crazy. That's just like people that smoke. They go out and buy cigarettes, you know what I mean? I'm not knocking anyone. If you do, try to stop. But what I'm saying is those are different things that if you could wean yourself away from that, find yourself doing something else that's not going to take money out of your pocket, you're going to save so much money, all right? So you want to track your monthly spending each and every day, from paying for gas in your car, from paying for eating out in restaurants, going to parties, buying drinks. You know, if you do drink, try to eliminate that too. But what I'm trying to say is every little thing that you spend, if you have a car payment, you know, put that into your monthly budget, all right? It's very important because at the end of the month, when you go back and look and say, okay, well, I spent $500 this month on these types of things, or shopping or groceries or whatever the case may be. If I just eliminated this, you know, it could be eating out 5 times a week, and you just limited it to 2. That's more money that you can now put into your savings, and that could be used once you graduate. You could be used to buy a house. It could be used to buy a car, you know, things like that. So you want to keep a savings. So it's very important that you track your monthly spending, not in your mind, not in a checkbook register, but an actual document. And we'll get into details, and I'll be able to help many of you out today. So how are you going to do that? Like I said, you want to do that by having something electronic, something that you can get to within 35 seconds, where you can say, okay, well, how much money did I spend this week? You know, oh man, I spent what? Okay, let me stop spending for a couple of days, and I'll go back to it on Monday, you know. And so that's how you're going to do it. You want to do it electronically. Step 2, you want to put your daily and monthly savings plan on autopilot. That means savings. Everything that you can do. Come on in. Right on time. Come on in. I'm good.
Hey, Miss Jane.
So step 2, you want to put your daily and monthly savings plan on autopilot. Like I said, if you can eliminate cookout and just go to the caf, go to the caf. It's not that bad.
I'll go to the game.
What
Question.
do you mean by autopilot?
So when I say autopilot, so if you're trying to save your money, you want to be aggressive with your savings, right? Autopilot, you have an airplane that's about to take off, it's going to fly up into the air until it soars, right? So everything that you're going to do, every little thing, now that you have your budget, your monthly budget, and you're looking at it electronically, you're going to now look at each and everything that you're spending, and you're going to try to find all the ways that you can save, cut back on this, cut back on that. Not to make yourself unhappy, but find things that's not going to change your daily life, and now you're saving a lot more money than you really realized.
One thing I just recently did was, I have my savings account, but what I did is at Bank of America, they allow you to take out a certain amount of money each month, and they just put it in there automatically. So it's kind of like this. I have a responsibility to make sure that, I'm not telling you that 25, I put 25 in my savings every month. And so I have an obligation to make sure that whatever I do, $25 in my checking, to make sure that goes into my savings. So that helps me to save.
Absolutely, that is a great idea. And then even once you graduate, I have an account that I have $100 that just goes into that account, and that could be your I want to look good account, whatever you want. It could be an emergency account, if you want to go shopping. But the main thing is don't touch that money until it's going to be used for what you want to use it
And
for.
it's hard too because they after 3 times of you pulling out of your savings, they charge you. So I'm like, I don't want to get charged, so I do not touch it because it's going to take $10 out of my account.
If you go back and live with your parents, that's going to be a bill that you wouldn't have. You want your savings to be enough so that if something were to happen to you and you can't work, you'll be able to pay off all of your bills within at least 6 months. Now, I know that's not going to happen all at once, but your goal should be 6 months to a year. You'll be able to survive if you didn't have to work another day in your life. All right. So, and I can't say that for you. I can't give you a dollar amount because I don't know what your particular finances are. But if you have a car, you have a house or rent or things like that, then just 6 months to a year out, you want to try to work towards having that amount of money just saved in your savings. All right. Any more questions or comments?
What's the budgeting app you use, basically?
Well, I don't necessarily use an app. I'm a part of a company where we have a financial management software system. So I plug all of my bank accounts into that, and I'm able to see, my spending and things like that. But one thing I'm going to do for you all today, I actually created a spreadsheet back in 2008. And basically what it does is it's a one page that shows your incoming as far as the money that you have coming in. The next page shows your spending habits, and then it has like your percentage rates and your due dates of your credit cards and things like that. And the front page will show you your yearly, it's pretty much monthly, and it'll show you your spending for that month. And so at the end of the year, you'll be able to see that. All right. But as far as an app, I don't necessarily use an app, but I have a software management system that I use.
Okay.
Question.
Okay, wait, I don't know if I'm jumping in again, but you said something about credit. Is it important to come out of school with credit or trying to build credit?
You always want to build credit, all right? Now, you don't want to have credit frivolously, you know what I mean? Because I know when I was in college, me not knowing much about budgeting and finances, my freshman year, I actually bought all of my books on a credit card. Don't do that. And so, because I was in college, I didn't have to pay for it. But once I graduated, I was like, hey, you have to pay this bill. I was like, what in the world?
Right.
So you want to have a credit card, number one, for emergency situations. You may be driving up the road and get a flat tire and need something fixed. So you want to have credit, all right? But per se, I mean, it's kind of a one-on-one. We'll probably have to talk separately.
Okay.
But you do want to have at least one credit card. I do advise that, just for emergency situations. But you don't want to have credit to the standpoint where it'll make your credit go down. Because depending on how you're paying off your bills, if you're paying on time, what your maximum limit is, your minimum limit, and all of that can have a factor in your actual credit score. All right. So, any more questions or comments? All right. So we just talked about a savings plan. Again, putting it on autopilot. Everything that you can find that you can cut back and save is the things that you want to do as you're working on your budget. Step 3, you want to prioritize your spending by seeing your daily habits. So you have your electronic spreadsheet. You know, you're aggressively working on your spending habits. And now you want to prioritize your spending. So say you have 5 credit cards, right? What are your credit card limits? You know, what is the percentage rate? You want to pay off the ones that have a high percentage rate because that's affecting you. If you have a high percentage rate, the money that you're paying for that monthly bill is going more so not to paying it off, but just the interest rates and things like that. Mm-hmm. So you want to pay those off first. All right, and so you prioritize your spending. You know, look at the things that are most important. If you have a car payment, a house payment, things like that, you have to pay that off. And you have like your electricity and other things like that. So within your budget, you have to prioritize all of the things that you have going out so that you can work to eliminate some of those expenses. All right. Step 4, only use cash. When you're going out and about, try your best to use cash because you'll find yourself, if you're always using that credit card, oh, just swipe my card, just swipe my card. Before you know it, you just spent about $200 on stuff that you don't even remember. How many of you all have gone to Walmart, right, and you just went to go get one thing, and then you find out you got $50? Exactly. So if you go in and you have $20, and you're going in for that one thing, anything over that $20, you cannot get.
What if you're the type of person? Because if I have cash, my cash goes faster than my card. See, I'll tell my card and then I'll be like, I'll hold on to my card. But if I got cash, I'll be like, right here. I'll
so that means you must have too much cash when you have cash.
So, no, but it could be like, it could be the littlest, like, the singlest dollar in my pocket, and if I walk past the store, I'll be like, "Oh, let me get some candy," and I know I got $1 in my pocket to get some candy. And if I don't have no candy, knowing Solomon, he needs at least $5 on a credit card, then I'm not gonna swipe nothing.
I understand where you're coming from a little bit, cause like when it comes to cash, it's like my excuse for not buying something is like, I don't have cash. You know, all that.
Yeah,
girl don't
exactly.
take cards. I don't have cash.
I be like, I'm not spending $5 on my card just for no candy, like.
Yeah, but at the same time, when I use my card, if I swipe it, I just go swipe. But if it's cash, it's like, dang, I only got $3. You can't have my
I guess I'm the total opposite, but I mean, I understand what you're saying. So, I mean, if you know that that's you, then okay, you need to keep that card, but just still limit it. Don't be spending little things on that card.
That's what I'm saying. I don't spend, like, if we're all out, they'll tell you in a heartbeat, I will refrain from buying food and ask if we're going to the cab.
Okay.
So I don't have to spend nothing on my card.
Okay.
Because I will take that little dollar and go buy some fries or something.
Understood. So you'll keep the card, but and since you know that about yourself, then yes, don't use cash. But for everybody else, it's
cash.
You know, and it just depends on how you operate when you're out spending. I know for me, it's better for me if I use cash because I can say I'm gonna take $30 and you know I'm going to the mall or I'm going to this store or that store and I know I won't spend over that. So you know, and it kind of could vary, you know, depending on the person and their personality. So I understand where you're coming from. But if you can, only use cash because you can document and eliminate anything outside of the amount that you set for yourself, your budget. All right. So step 5. Aggressively tackle credit card debt. We just talked about that a little bit. So that's why I was saying if you have more than one credit card, you want to eliminate that debt. Start with the high interest rate credit cards first. Get those paid off and now you can focus on the smaller interest rates since more of the money that you're paying is going to be used to pay off that credit card debt. And that's pretty much it aggressively. That means if you can double up on some payments, you know, do that, you know, depending on what kind of money you have. If you can not eat at cookout for 3 or 4 times, that's $15 that you could use on that credit card.
Can you choose your limits? I know like when you apply, they give you a limit, but like if I don't want $500, can I just choose to get like a $100 credit card?
Absolutely. You just call them up and just say, hey, I want to minimize my limit. You know, I'm working on my finances and I don't want to spend too much, you know. And yeah, that will definitely work with you. And even if you want to increase it, it's just don't use it if you know you can't pay it back.
Okay.
I always suggest to people, you know, if you're using a credit card, whatever you're spending this month, be able to pay that off the next month. You know, but, you know, not necessarily pay it off, but pay the minimum balance so that it'll be improving your credit score. But be able to pay it off the next month. So don't buy something if you know you can't afford it.
I know I'm asking a lot of questions.
You're fine. Go ahead.
With the credit card, so let's say I get a credit card, and so I'm in school, so I don't work like a steady job. I just like have like a work study type of job. So can I get the credit card and not use it every month, or will that not help my credit score as well? Or do I need to like try to use it every month?
If you have a credit card, you want to help, okay, let me just put it this way. In order to help your credit score, you have to have some type of credit so that each time you pay it, that's when they're talking to TransUnion and all of them and saying, hey, she's paying on time. By not using it, it's not positive or negative. It just doesn't, right, it just no report. So, I mean, you want to buy something just so you can pay it off. You know what I mean? Any more questions? All right, so again, you want to aggressively tackle credit card debt. Step 6, build an emergency savings account. You spoke earlier how you get $25 that goes into a special account. You know, depending on what amounts of money that you can afford to save, you want to save as much as possible. That'll be your emergency savings account. That means, you know, if you have a car and your tire it goes flat one day, you have to buy some tires, or your transmission goes out, things happen. You know, it could be death in the family. You have to fly to another state to go visit them. You want to have some emergency saving fund so that you can work out those emergencies as they come. And that's something that I suggest every single person having. You know, you want to have that emergency fund for those unexpected things that come up. All right? In step 7, you want to always live within your means. Never ever, I mean never ever ever try to keep up with the Joneses. If you know you can't afford the Jordans that just came out, don't try to go get them. You know, use what you have already. I can't stress that enough. You know, don't try to, you know, put some rims on your car just because your best friend has it, or don't try to get the latest and the greatest pair of jeans that cost $100 just because your friends have them. It's not important. I promise you, once you graduate, you'll look at life a whole lot differently, and it's not that important. Yes, it's nice to have the name brand things, but at the end of the day, what is that profiting for you? You know, you're trying to go out there and make a name for yourself. So as you're budgeting, you don't want to spend money on things that's not going to help you to grow to the next dimension. All right? And so those are the 7 things. But guess what? I have a free gift for each and every one of you. If you would like to claim the free gift, pull out your cell phone and you want to text BUDGET, BUDGET, to 252-302-2220. And what I am going to do is give you some information on budgeting. I'm going to also send out the spreadsheet that I was telling you all about, where you'll be able to use that. And it's going to be very helpful for you guys, because yes, you're in college now, but if you're mentally focused on your spending now, it's going to only help you once you graduate, and you're going to just continue that task, you know, that you're doing each day, each week, each month. So you want to send the word budget to 252-302-2220. 252-302-2220. And you'll get that free gift.
Budget too?
252 budget, just the word budget.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's my gift to you. For free. All right. Did everybody get that? 252-302-2220.
Oh yeah, I just took that.
Did you get something back? Everyone should get something back.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You guys just make sure you use it.
Okay.
All right.